Indian Scout Bobber. Review: smooth, torquey V-twin engine.
The Indian Scout Bobber has cleverly mixed old-school styling and modern-day performance, with refinement and a healthy splash of the American dream. Short travel suspension is crashy over bumps, ground clearance limited, and the riding position might not be great for everyone's back, but the new Scout Bobber has a jewel-like motor, feel-good handling, and impeccable build quality. In March 2018, Indian announced a Jack Daniel's Edition Bobber Scout, which didn't run on whiskey but instead featured the same black and gold color scheme as the fire engines on the site of the firm's distillery, below.
Ride quality and brakes. You only have to look at the pictures to see the Scout Bobber isn't exactly tall, so it's easy to get your feet down when you're stopped, which will be music to the ears of newer riders and those short in the turn-up. It might weigh a touring bike like 255 kilograms, full of fuel, but it carries its weight well, even when you're creeping along in slow traffic. There's plenty of legroom for a 6-foot rider like me, and the new brown stitched leather seat is comfy enough for a Sunday morning coffee run. But while the new bar position makes sense when you're riding hard, it forces you into a hunched, round-shouldered, back-aching stoop when you're not, which takes its toll after a few hours. Spine relief comes at higher speed when wind blast on your chest props you up and takes the pressure off your back. Engine.
Based on the American firm's hugely popular liquid-cooled, 1,133 cubic centimeters, 94 brake horsepower V-twin Scout Cruiser, the motor remains unchanged in the Bobber. Blessed with bountiful torque and a syrupy smooth spread of power, it emits few vibes and has the kind of buttery pickup from a closed throttle that most Euro 4 machines would die for. It's a sign of the times that the exhausts wouldn't wake a light sleeper, let alone the dead, but the motor has enough of a rumble to give the Scout Bobber oodles of Yankee charm. Clutch, gearbox and throttle are light, accurate and a joy to use, and the motor keeps pulling long after you think it's going to run out of puff. Set the LCD digital display to show revs and you'll discover that on the way to hitting the engine's peak power at 8,000 RPM, the airbox induction rod deepens and it briefly morphs into a ground-hugging missile.
Reliability and build quality.
With the might of a $5 billion a year company behind it, the Polaris-made Indian is solidly built and well finished, as you'd expect.
Our Indian Scout Bobber owners' reviews don't mention anything concerning from a reliability standpoint.
Value versus rivals. Indian's main Bobber rivals come in the shape of machines like Triumph's superb Bonneville Bobber, Harley-Davidson 48, Moto Guzzi and Yamaha 15950. It's more expensive than all of them, but it wins the top trumps power race, and there's no sign of corner cutting when it comes to the quality of cycle parts and paint finish.
Equipment.
Hunkered down to the tarmac, Indian have reduced rear suspension travel by 26mm, and for a more aggressive riding position they've moved the foot pegs 38mm closer to the rider and fitted street track style bars to place your beard more over the front end. There's a new Indian tank badge, and the frame, exhaust, headlight surround, handlebars, mirrors and even the face of the analog/digital mix clock are all finished in a sultry satin black.